making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. They keep it with Miller on first down. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
To throw on second is Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Third and long, it's Watson. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That'll be a gain of 16, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it, and
now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. After the interception, here's Jackson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, Jackson.
When you find
bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Football goes back over to Houston's offense, and these Texans lost last week to division rival Indianapolis 24-21. Look, yeah, Charles, that did break the 9-game winning streak, but they're still 9-4.
I love how you just posed that, because aren't you hearing a lot of almost negative things out there about them losing that game? You know, hey, they could have won the AFC South, could have clinched it right there. They could be in the number 2 spot when it comes with a first-round bye, all right? Forget that. They won 9 straight games. They're still in a great position for the playoffs. Deshaun Watson may have been sacked 5 times in this game, but it gives them something to work on, something to improve. And their last 3 games are very much manageable. At the Jets, at Philadelphia, home against Jacksonville.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. Watson now to throw, and he's got Miller. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 42 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Baltimore Ravens, what a game they were in at Kansas City last week. Did lose it 27-24, but a heck of a game. And for the Ravens at 7-6, they're still in control of that 6th seed in the AFC.
And that's all that matters, okay? You lose the ball game, but as long as you're still in playoff position and you get to control your own fate, you got to feel good about that. Lamar Jackson had his 4th NFL start, continues to look good in spots, especially when he's running the football. In fact, Baltimore had rushed for over 200 yards in 3 games with him as the starter coming into that one. Joe Flacco's healthy, can't beat him out because they're playing better on offense with Lamar Jackson. I just love how they push Kansas City absolutely to the brink before Harrison Butker won it in overtime for KC.
Last 3 games pretty manageable. Tampa Bay and Cleveland at home. They do have to go to the Chargers, however. A real... They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And he's able to put it through. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Terrell Suggs in on the tackle.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Watson on 3rd down. Throw right side into the hands of Akins. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Watson. And just shedding him off there. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Touchdown, Houston. Jordan Akins, 65 yards. And the Texans are in for 6. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They go play action with Jackson. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. To throw on third down. Jackson. And the pressure gets to him again. J.J. Watt. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Taken from just outside the 30. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And here comes the Texans now. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First catch of the game for Hopkins. It's a first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Miller. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Steps away. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Texans will extend their lead.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Jackson on 2nd down. And his throw here's incomplete. Michael Crabtree, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. To throw is Jackson. Looking deep for Crabtree. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Michael Crabtree, 64 yards. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. Tucker with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. So a minute 55 to go in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. Right back to him on first down. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, a heck of a move. Man. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. On second down, Jackson.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Detroit! Detroit!
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson going for it all. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And I think the ball's out. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
Well, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play. But prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. They begin with a run by Miller. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Here's Watson now on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So he can't hang on. And as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know. But you're going to get hit anyways. Might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Terrell Suggs. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Allen has it, left side. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Buck Allen in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. The final shot before the break. Watson going deep for Hopkins. It got his man complete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The return man, Chris Moore. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And it'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now it's Jackson. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary.
Touchdown, Houston! Lamar Miller, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Texans have broken the tie. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the run.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Ravens on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks get.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Now it's Miller, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. On 2nd down, here's Watson. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
He's going to get it running right. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, Watson. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down of this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
No. Check. Patriots. Patriots.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. On 2nd down, here's Jackson, forced out to his left. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Gun!
Here's Jackson on 3rd down. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Play action. It's Jackson escaping the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Jonathan Joseph there on the coverage.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now he'll escape to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And able to find John Brown. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Here's Jackson. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left. And this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. John Brown, 37 yards. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Tucker with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Richmond.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. Oh, shifty. Whoa. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That goes for a gain of 31. A first down carry now for Miller. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Again, it's Miller. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Zach Cunningham coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And timeout Montgomery has it complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A very solid gain of 27. First down now, but that clock rolling. A give. This is Montgomery. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Now a desperation throw deep down. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. The Texans on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Come back, come back.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. Oh, and now he pulls him over. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout, as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Here's Jones. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a toss right to Miller. Lamar Miller, he's at the 30, 10, and he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. Would you say 3 rushing touchdowns? And, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Dancing to his left. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.
thicker the pie, thicker the bag. Meet them a bite, now lacing no beamer. I'm Brian O'Connor, I'm driving it fast. They were just hating cause they in the way, and the way I've been made it, the is mad. Man in them baggins, I'm all in my bag. Why I ain't holding around? Just a little Merlin, out the cutie. Now I don't give a. Tell me why I would on the rose bar couch in my bag. Bands in my denim. In my denim, she was trying to for a doubt. She don't give a. She was in her bag. Fendi and some lane hags for a burger. Watch in the front seat of the fouled out J. We living so wild like Nas. When she was on vacation. We was on roll like tires. What we gon' let? I'm in my bag like I'm in my bag, Mike. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing the check. I'm really gon' run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Calm moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Calm moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing the check. I'm really gon' run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Calm moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Calm moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Bigger the bag, bigger the beef, bigger the problem, bigger the be one of the all in the same. Broke at the end of the month, flow Joe, kill mo, run it up, keep clean. Never let them touch, fits like temper tantrums. Girl, come back up, all in the club, and bring all your girlfriends. Girl hopping up about a Pearl 6 Louis speed bag glued to her wrist. She was getting paid, she ain't think a thing, but she was thinking slay. We blade thicker than a snigger bag. Talking about she don't come with no baggage. Y'all in her bag, I probably should. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing the check. I'm really gon' run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Calm moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Calm moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing the check. I'm really gon' run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Calm moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Calm moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed.
I let my birds come in. Sounds like I seats in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle. LED low to the tag. I go in back of the. They all from that. My diamonds, they all look at. This, that. I go to bed on bed. I got the demon on flats. I got it in the back. Haters, they talk the chat. They step on the rock, don't man. I'm a K back, 400K. I found out where you lay at. I got the lurking and they hate cats. Pockets stay fat. I got the from the block and they screaming, they know what banks at. I got the work on the avenue, they know what tanks at. I got the that live in the mansion, they know what that. I got some that's up in the Jordan, they know what that. I came on top of the building, yeah, my we had a plan. We came on top of the building, yeah, my we never ran. Down there, thought that I had a fan. Oh, hey, any 10 o'clock, got a flight out, yeah, I'm going back out to Japan. I got 2 Billy truck and a bitch door with a land. Bruce Wayne, I'm Batman, I'm best man. I got my best man, I go to hotels when I step out, yeah, your boy got a doorman. I go to nightclubs with a, yeah, they call me the madman. I ain't no madman, I just go crazy, man. Ball hard, can't face, man. Choppers, rip wasteland. This what happen when you give it a taste life and you give it a wasteland. This what happens when you give it a fake life and then the ape in. I let my birds come in. Sounds like I seats in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle, she. I let my birds come in. Sounds like I seats in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle, she.
Money back. Money back. Money back. Make it like a money back. Money back. Rocky Friday. This is sweet Saturday. That's just what I say. I say, babe, he said it's a. Them pretty. You look like Beyonce. Looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me. And I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway. Looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back, woo. Money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids. And they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He make sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? Gonna look at my snap. I take a man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this guy in the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. Baby lay, waist snatch, back, straight back. Got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine. Jumping on my, that's why they call it trampoline. Hey, back on Monday, throw Rocky Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what I say. I say, babe, it's a, he said it's a. Them pretty, you look like Beyonce. Looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me. And I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway. Looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back, woo. Money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids. And they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. Salty, they sodium, they jelly, petroleum. Always talking in the background, don't never come to the podium. Chef Cardi B, I'm up. I see you like the again. While you was sleeping on me, I make 40 bands by 4 p.m. Baby, take it. Everything you want, I'm like a walking. I don't understand what this hate is about. How you gon' your man with my name in your mouth? I do the Maybach on Monday, throw Rocky Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what I say. I say, babe, it's a, he said it's a. Them pretty, you look like Beyonce. Looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me. And I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway. Looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids. And they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. Sideways, sideways.
Track how G go too fast. I don't need wear no seatbelt. Bad little got no upgrade. Now she got. How about the range on? Who is little baby? He going in. Man, these old rappers getting boring. They be taking shots, I ignore them. Send them to the hood while I'm touring. Making plays out of town like I'm Jordan. Need to go get your. Walk on my way, I'ma score it. Lamborghini, I don't want no Porsches. I'm on fire, don't touch me, I'm torching. Had the fish on my teeth, I went porcelain. Put the time on my back, I'm a horseman. One more year, I'ma make it a Forbes. They load me in the bay like he 40. I be sitting inside of the Moreland. Ain't no strings attached, keeping it cordless. She keep calling, but I keep ignoring it. Ain't no stopping, I'm keeping it foreign it. Man, they can't stop me, I'm going it. Man, they can't stop me, I'm going it. Every time I'm gone, I get another. Tryna leave me long, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes. And I know these be happy if I let you go. Got me walking on a thin line on my tippy toes. Crazy different city with some different. Here we go. Every time I'm gone, I get another. Tryna leave me long, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes. And I know these be happy if I let you go. Got me walking
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Houston Texans. So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And off we go from Soldier Field. That's fielded in the end zone. Nifty move. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Just shy of midfield. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Trubisky will throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Miller. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down.
Let's go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, 18. Sit up. 180.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, 39 yards. And the Bears have taken the early lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And it's defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
Flag,
Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Underneath for Miller. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to face a third down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Richmond.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. For the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Eddie Goldman in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. The Texans send the punter out. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. Fielded at the 20. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bears take over.
Chicago, they're taking the field again here on the offensive side. And any questions as to whether the Bears were for real, I think they were answered on last week, Sunday night, Week 14. Convincing win in the cold over the LA Rams 15-6.
Yeah, they are legit on defense, aren't they? Forced 4 turnovers and held the LA Rams. Let me say that again. The LA Rams, the team averaging almost 35 points a game, to just 2 field goals. They've got to feel fantastic about that. They did get their quarterback, Mitchell Trubisky, back for the game. He threw 3 interceptions. If he cuts down the interceptions, if he cuts down the turnovers, the Bears could be very dangerous in the playoffs with that defense.
This time, Trubisky will throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, they run with Howard.
They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Look at them.
How to make it in America. Real day one, ain't a lot of us. Mom worked 2 jobs, it was hard for us. Me and sis made it out, now she proud of us. They didn't teach me how to rap in those private schools. Wasn't like my rich friends, had a lot to lose. Less money, less options, lot of rules. So when that first deal came, it was opportune. And shorty got potential, I scout that. She say she in love, but I doubt that. Maybe it's the clout. I get love in the north, I get love in the south, yeah. Shawty claims she a feminist, and her feminine. Girl, you know that he average. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. No money, now I'm in the Benz truck with a new honey. They said I wouldn't make it, I'm like, you funny. Laughing at my haters like, you dummies. The night is young, girl, what can you do for me? 6 figures, 5 shows, big ballin'. Look, I'm very important. I took a break, had some things I had to get sorted. I might retire in my prime like I'm M. Jordan. Table dancing in Southampton. Use the glasses for Vannas. Be cooling out in the whip, but I done near every girl on my list. KD at the 3, Djokovic with the racket. Phelps in the pool, I'm like Speed at the Masters. Girl, you know you a bad. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Another day in the USA. Just another day in America. Kids from my hood look up to the system set us up for failure. I just wanna make enough to pay dividends. Then invest in black businesses. They teach us to hate what we see in the mirror, but it can't break our spirit. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. First carry now for Jordan Howard. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Hey, gotta go, gotta go.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Burton. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch 80. Watch 80. He likes to get those jump balls. Hey, 18.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Trubisky with a give to Howard. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Anthony Miller from 13 yards out. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. With the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. Gets past one man. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 18. Watson now to throw, and his first pass is incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Throwing again is Watson. And he rifles one incomplete. Thomas the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Reset. Green the line.
From the gun, here's Watson. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Gain of 9 that time on the scramble, 1 yard shy of the marker, and it brings up 4th.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving.
Come back. Four down.
Now a toss running left. This is Miller. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Come back.
Here's Watson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Black 99 Philly. Richmond.
They are going for it. Here's Watson. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On the handoff, this is Howard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back, away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
That changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears 1st down. Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. They'll run it now out of the gun. Down right around the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown to this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Parkey now following the made field goal to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. Here's a give to Miller. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Leonard Floyd. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Trubisky. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Let's go. We're on the ball after this.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break.
You see it? You see it?
A give to Howard. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They go counter with Howard. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Well, after getting the ball in prime position to score after a fumble recovery, you think you're in a great spot. But the defense on the field is saying not so fast, and they've held firm on the first 2 plays.
Let's go, let's go.
They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
Hey, 18.
On second down, Trubisky, and it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, and they will score a pick six for the Texans TD.
You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead? Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They go play action here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Play action. It's Trubisky. Going for the deep ball. And it's caught inside the 30. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Play action. Now Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Anthony Miller in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
The final shot before the break, Watson. And that is incomplete here. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors. But overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, one thing neat going on around the NFL again recently this year, we've seen this before, but the My Cause, My Cleats, just a chance for the players to give back to a certain charity that they like and dress up their shoes how they want. I know you saw that a couple weeks ago in your game.
I certainly did. I had the Giants and the Bears, and during this time frame, each team is allowed to designate one home game for My Cause, My Cleats, and that was the Giants' home game. They designated it, and Alec Ogletree had a big game. I mean, he had a pick-6 for a touchdown, a bunch of tackles, and his cleats were for autism awareness. What a perfect time to put that on stage. His cause, his cleats, and a big game as well.
That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Come back, come back.
And the pitch goes to Miller. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now it's Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Leonard Floyd able to finally wrestle him down for a huge loss, and that'll take us to 4th down. The Texans send the punter out, and surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he fields it cleanly. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running